Hey guys, I am Game Advisor, and today we're going to be going over a few things that might help you get started in New World. We'll talk about our personal experiences as well as some tips that might change the way things go for you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First and foremost on our list is how are you able to play with friends? And what we mean here is yes, you can go ahead and add them through the social tab and make them your friend as well as invite them to your party, but if you want to be able to do the same quest chain as them, at least early on in the game, you're going to have to go through a little bit of a process. Now you may get lucky and both spawn at the same place, and that would be great. However, that is not guaranteed and usually just doesn't happen. So the way we get around this is you're going to go ahead and turn in that very first quest you get, but do not accept the second one. If you accept it, you're going to be locked into that area. So what you're going to do is after you decline the first one, you'll open up your map, you'll see a bunch of yellow quest markers, and you and your friend can find a place to meet where you can start the quest chain at one of those quest markers, and boom, you're in the same area. Easy as 1, 2, and 3. Now, when it comes to our experience so far with the launch, we've had a pretty smooth playthrough. However, we haven't been on any of the too overpopulated servers, so do know that this is on a relatively medium population server in comparison to the other ones at least. Now, you can do relatively whatever you want when it comes to New World. That could be doing quests with friends, that could be gathering with friends, turning on PvP and going out into the open world after you choose your faction. Really, just about whatever you want, and you're going to progress your character. So don't worry too much when it comes to should I be focusing on the main quest line, should I be doing side quests, should I be doing all these gathering skills? It's really up to you. If you want my personal experience and what I decided to do, I was playing with a group of about 5 to 8 friends, and what we decided to go with was that each one of us was going to choose 1 or 2 gathering skills to specialize in, as well as 1 or 2 crafting skills. This allowed us to get our crafting and gathering skills up much quicker as we weren't fighting over the same resources. But if you're playing solo or even with just one other friend, there is absolutely no problem with just doing everything, as New World is great because it lets you play every single class as well as play every single gathering or crafting skill on a single character. Now, if you are playing soon after the launch, all the way up until October 11th, there will be Twitch drops for some skins. If you're interested in these, it's very easy to set up. You just go to the website that we have here in the link for you. This is the New World site where you'll link your Twitch account and your Steam account, and then you'll be able to start getting all those Twitch drops and get yourself some awesome looking skins. Now, before you get too far into the game, you're going to be given the option to choose between one of 3 different factions. I always recommend you either choose the purple or green faction, as those ones seem to be the most populated across most servers. Now, with that being said, you want to make sure you choose the same one as your friends, as if you do not do that, you will not be able to team up in PvP. However, you can change this after a 120-day cooldown. Just note that until that point in time, after you've chosen your faction, you will not be able to change it. Speaking of factions, if you want to get your very first bag slot, once you've gone ahead and unlocked it, I believe at level 10, you can go ahead and craft it really easily. All you're going to need is some linen cloth and some leather, as well as go ahead and run over to your faction's vendor. They will then sell you a special item that you'll need in order to craft this bag. The bag will give you 100 extra weight, and it will cost you about 1,000 of your faction's currency. That's going to be about 4 to 5 of your basic quests, where it's things like go kill wolves, or it's going to be about 2 to 3 of your PvP focused quests. Now, just a couple more quick tips. You want to keep an eye out for these blue glowing little books. Every time you pick them up, you're going to get a little bit of bonus XP, and it only takes like 2 seconds to do. Another one is the fact that you can craft everything from your storage. So anytime you make a trip to your main town where you're doing all your crafting, go ahead and throw everything in there, as there's no need to keep any of that crafting material on your person. It's much easier to just leave it in your storage and then go craft whatever you want. And finally, probably the best tip I could give you as a new player to New World is to abuse the respawn mechanic. If you build a campfire in New World, it acts as a respawn. You can place that somewhere relatively close to wherever you're planning on having to return to, and that will allow you to go ahead and end your own character's life in order to respawn back there. Now, you will take some durability damage, but in the beginning of the game, durability damage really doesn't matter much. It's very cheap to repair things, so I wouldn't stress. What you can also do is, if you don't have a campfire set up, you can also do the same process of going into that dark, cold night. When you do that, You'll then be able to respawn either at your inn if you happen to have your hearth up, which I wouldn't recommend doing, because if you have your hearth up, you probably shouldn't have done this in the first place anyways, if that's where you're intending to go. However, you can respawn at the closest town. So if you want to easily go ahead and just get back to the town to turn in your quests, go ahead and let a pig, a wildcat, a wolf, or whatever you happen to be fighting take you out or drown in order to get yourself back to town quicker and save yourself a ton of travel time. Alrighty, aside from that, I am Game Advisor. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more New World content, please like or comment down below so that we can make sure to get that out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We could only do this with your support, and we'll see you next time.